Give it a go.
I
One.
gotcha.
All right. Take one. I'm out here with Stone Eby for the SMU Mustangs, and we're going to be asking him some questions just about regarding NIL, day-to-day life, recruiting, and just a couple of things. I have some questions written down.
Here we go.
So starting with where you began with this journey, how did SMU's recruitment process make you feel welcomed and valued as an athlete? What factors influenced your decision to join the team? Because I know you had a lot of offers as far as just this was your only one. So just what steps did the coaching staff do to foster a positive team and like just making you feel like you're welcome to?
So SMU was my second official offer. I had a total of 20 offers, and they were probably calling me 1 to 2 times a week. They're very heavily recruiting me. So I played defensive end in high school, and that's what they recruited me for. And probably went through the recruiting process for about a year and a half, and then COVID happened and pretty much shut everything down. So once COVID shut everything down, I had to pretty much like start narrowing down my choices. And I had created top 5 schools, which was SMU, Duke, Washington State, Baylor, and San Diego State. And I committed to SMU on July 4th of 2020 during COVID because it was the only school that I could actually go and drive to and visit their campus because nothing was closed down because of the private university. And I signed in December, and a week after I signed, the staff that signed me left to Ole Miss in Illinois, which was kind of like a shot in the face, but at the same time, like you can't take it personal because that's how coaching goes.
How hard is it building trust with your new coaches as far as finding a different position, which I know you don't play the same one as you were recruited for?
Yeah, so the very first position, I played defensive end whenever the new staff came in, and the coach that liked me the coach that came in as the defensive line coach did not mess with me at all.
Yeah.
So we had to I had to push through it and for a year, and he tried to run me out of the program. Like, this is my position coach, not the head coach. And he didn't like me, but the head coach wanted me to still be here and still add value to the team, so he switched me to fullback and tight end, which allowed me to have more trust in the staff, knowing that they wanted me here.
Yeah.
And that was really a ceiling deal whenever they switched me over.
It's been up and down.
Yes, it has.
Okay, so another thing, going more towards NIL, how has SMU helped you navigate the NIL process? What kind of guidance or resources they provide as far as putting you within certain companies or getting you to get opportunity?
SMU makes it very easy. Everything is handled by the books, and we have all of our legal team taking care of everything. We have a whole new staff that was brought in just to specialize in NIL, and we have our collectives, which are a part of the school, but the laws are changing so much, it's kind of hard to navigate now. Like, apparently there's not going to be collectives anymore. It's going to be based off of kind of like you're going to have a pool of money, and that pool of money is going to be dispersed throughout players on your team who add value, who adds the most value, like your quarterback, and it's going to trickle down just like the NFL pretty much. They're going to try to make it like a salary cap.
Yeah. Okay, and as far as relationships go with teammates and coaches, do you feel as if you're bonding with more so coworkers when you're doing so, or do the bonds, how many of them feel real and it went further than a forced communication to better your day-to-day life when you're here?
So my first 3 years playing here, it kind of felt like I was coming here to go to work and just cooperate with my coworkers that were around me. Now this year, and then half of last year, it felt like I was actually like still coming into work, but like I'm coming into work to hang around my brothers. It helps having a good group of guys around you every day to make you excited, like realize why you're coming up here to put in the work you do.
Okay, next, This is a interesting question, one of the ones I've looked forward to asking. With people who are somewhat upset about NIL and disagree with college players getting paid, elaborate why you believe college players should be paid. And I know you believe in that because how much goes into it day to day. Do you look at it as a job rather than a hobby? Just kind of go into that.
I want you to try to find one other profession besides NFL, or not NFL, professional sports that get paid or do the day-to-day things that we do every day, that have the most time consumption schedules that we do. I think there should be a better variety of athletes who are able to get paid like other sports, but the funding just isn't there and the popularity isn't there, and it's kind of hard to fund those sports that don't bring in any money because they don't have viewership, in my opinion. And there's not a lot of jobs who are able to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and then on some days get done at 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. But if they are working like that, then they're getting paid good money. Like, yes, we are getting, probably 85 of us are getting full ride scholarships, which some people could argue is getting paid.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. But at the same time, the people who are complaining and have an opinion about why we are getting paid are the ones who aren't putting in the work like this.
They don't see what goes into
They don't
it
understand the day-to-day aspect. They couldn't,
and the physical toll on your body.
they could,
as well.
they couldn't understand what actually happens in that time frame, in those 4 to 5 years that we're here. They don't understand that we're putting our lives on the line to go out there and play a game that people come to watch, and you could go hit somebody and not wake up. Like, it's a dangerous sport, and we know the risk of playing, but I am thankful that we have the opportunity to make money, and especially because the NCAA is a non-profit organization, they can make however much money they want to, but they have the most guidelines and regulations on us. But they bring in however much money they make a year, and they want to regulate it from us. So I think it's a good thing that we are able to make it now.
Good. And as far as fairness and NIL goes, how much do you believe is earned through popularity rather than skill? And how do you believe those two play a part with each other?
I don't think it's going to be played through popularity at all unless you're coming out of high school. And the transfer portal, it's hard to kind of guide where a kid has been if they haven't played at a previous school in the transfer portal. And it's kind of hard to understand if a kid in high school has reached his peak in high school or if he's going to have a high ceiling whenever he gets to college.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room to grow. But it's like the NFL. If you're going to produce, you're going to get paid. Like your quarterback. We have Kevin Jennings here. He's getting paid a good amount of money. He's going to get paid a lot more money after this year just for him to stay here. And that's the name of the game. It's produce and get paid. It's different at each position because that's how it's based upon. It's kind of hard to find a good quarterback in today's age with the way the game is being played. You go from your quarterback to your offensive line, defensive line, and then your tight ends, and the ladder continues. It's pretty fair, but everybody's going to want more money because it's also not regulated like it should be yet, and I don't think it will be in the next probably 5 to 10 years. It'll be taken care of after that.
Yeah. And more of a fun question. Y'all are number 9th ranked in the country.
Yeah.
Y'all have one more game till the championship, which y'all clinched. What are some things y'all are preparing for this week, just as far as how y'all have to focus on this rather than knowing y'all are already in the championship?
Yeah, so they don't want us to be able to make it into the college football playoffs, so we're taking this week like it's any other week, and we're going to come and prepare for this week and probably practice the same way we would any other week, just because the job's not finished, and we want to put up as many points as possible on Cal and hold them to as many points on defense, just so we can show the group of guys who sit in the college football playoff committee that we belong and that we can compete no matter what happens in the ACC championship game. That even if we come out with a win or come out with a loss, we still belong in that college football playoff poll.
Well, look forward to seeing it. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for having me out here.
Yep.
Oh.